It's been a frustrating year for street vendors. When Robert Mugabe was in power, they were often allowed to sell in the center of Harare, but many are accused of operating illegally. They've since been forced to the outskirts of the city, part of President Emmerson Mnangagwa's plan to restore order after 37 years of Mugabe's rule. Despite a lack of infrastructure here, some still have faith Mnangagwa knows what needs to be done to fix the struggling economy.
As for me, speaking for myself, yeah, I might be angry now, but I'm happy because I understand the process. It will take time.
But others are disillusioned. Zimbabwe has one of the highest unemployment rates in the world. Life is hard. The poor say they are angry and frustrated. They feel it's been a year and say nothing much has changed economically. When the army appeared on state television last year and confined Mugabe to house arrest, some people had high hopes things would change. Thousands marched demanding the long-time ruler step down. He eventually did, as members of parliament were preparing to impeach him. Opposition party leaders believe Zimbabweans were duped into believing there would be real change. They insist a faction in the ruling ZANU-PF party just wanted to grab power. The former defense chief, for instance, Constantino Chiwenga, is now one of 2 vice presidents.
We changed a person but forgot to change the system. The architects of the system are still in control and they only know one way of operating. All the indicators that indicate progress are failing. The economy is failing, inflation is back.
The post-election violence in August also raised concerns. At least 6 people protesting disputed results were shot and killed by soldiers. A commission of inquiry is investigating why the army was deployed to disperse civilians and who gave the order. The incident also raised concerns about the military's role in government.
The general practice in Southern Africa, at least, is that the gun is separate from the politics, or the gun does not lead politics. Therefore, that is a general and political tradition of this region. This was one of the few firsts where the military says they're keeping the president safe, when in fact the reality of the matter is that they're in control of the state.
But the priority for struggling Zimbabweans is the economy. Mnangagwa promised to end crippling cash shortages and create jobs. A year later, that still hasn't happened. There have been times when supplies of basic commodities and fuel have run short. The president says economic recovery will be a long and painful process, words some people here say they don't want to hear. Haru, Mutasa, Aljazeera, Harare.